That was like 8 minutes.
I think we had another short one recently.
Socks.
I
can look it up. What is the final topic?
The final topic today, I want to talk about the state of modern film and the state of movies. I know this seems like a lengthy topic.
This is about Ghostbusters, isn't it?
So we watched the Ghostbusters Reacts video for Kind of Funny.
Yeah,
With Max Landis.
And then I made him watch it.
With Max Landis,
trailer.
who fucking brought up all of these great points about specifically just movie trailers and how they're very formulaic to something like all of these sort of reboots for like Star Wars and Ghostbusters and Jurassic World. They have like
the piano version.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like just, okay, in this trailer we have something old and then something old but a little different or a little less and then something completely new. And so like thinking about that, I was like, a lot of modern film, and not even just like these reboots or anything, just with movies in general, a lot of films don't feel like they don't have the soul that they used to like 20 or 30 years ago. So I was just wondering if you guys think if movies are going to die out in some way, shape, or form, or just like the way we take them in now, because it seems like it seems like an industry that's going to collapse on itself soon because of just how fucking fatigued we are with all of these just like lifeless fucking movies.
I think the movie industry, not now, but in general, is
it's slowly dying.
It seems like it's slowly dying right now, but it's always an industry that's always evolving and changing constantly.
Yeah.
Except for like, now that we're
but
get
that's
this
like,
out of here.
But that's like indie stuff and like the indie sort of like labels. But big Hollywood has like not changed, and they've compressed everything nowadays. Like
they're trying to develop a formula for every type of movie.
Exactly, and that's why it's so fucking infuriating. It's hard to tell like what kind of movie just like a comedy is, and like the thing that Max Landis talked about in that video was how like Ghostbusters and Kingsman and Men in Black were shot like for the cinematography and the type of film that they use.
Actual movies.
It felt like actual movies.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be funny to make them interesting. They just happened to have great writers who knew how to make a funny script. But it wasn't like a forced sort of funny. But the cinematography didn't show like, oh, hey, this is a comedy. It felt like it exists, like that film existed in our universe somehow.
Yeah.
Because of how like realistically shot it was. And a lot of these comedies are just not doing that nowadays.
If you put the trailers for Pixels and Ghostbusters up side by side, they're the same trailer.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, like again, this guy being the reason I made a Twitter, just because I was.
Well, he was also bitching about something sort of related, but not related at the same time.
And probably very drunk.
Yeah, but after watching that, I have a lot more respect for him because it's, again, to kind of go back on how the movie industry is kind of developing this formula for everything, and everybody's kind of going with the flow for it because we buy tickets for all this shit anyway, and like giving them the money and pretty much telling them we support what you're doing.
Movies are finally doing what the music industry is doing, which is just compression. Like music was in its height in the 60s and the 70s, not just because of just like the quality of music and the bands that we love from that era, but just of like how things were recorded and how things were recorded to. Okay, like how does this sound in a car? Like how does this sound with like car stereos? And now we live in an age of like, okay, how does this sound on your fucking earbuds?
Right.
You know? And it's because we now live in this age of compression of MP3 files and
actually that really started in the 90s because I pay a lot.
It did start in the 90s, but it's still like it's still happening.
Like bringing that now, like we're still
like
using that.
We've regressed in music making because of that. And again, it's not
music making, more music production, sound quality wise. It started with Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory, because one, they were all on cocaine when they recorded that album. Second of all, it was mastered not to be listened to in like a car, but to be listened to like at a bar. Like playing over the radio, so it had to be loud so people pay attention to it. And like that just kept going, and it was like I forget what the loudest mastered album of all time is Raw Power by Iggy and the Stooges, the Iggy Pop version.
Yeah.
And like the album where I hate the mastering on it the most is either Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers or In Rainbows by Radiohead.
The one I'm not that big on.
I'm bringing this back.
Yeah, bring it back.
I want to do a topic on music production. At some point.
Just the '90s fucked everything up. Because it was the time when we started seeing music compression way fucking more. But it was also the time of movie compression of, let's just shoot everything the fucking same. So nothing sticks out.
And also, the 90s, it was like everything had a wide angle lens shot.
Yeah. And that's all we fucking get now. And that's why, like just great, I can, in a year, in like 1 year, I can find maybe 2 or 3 movies that I really like. And everything else is like, all right. That was all right. That was good.
Right.
But nothing great, nothing that stands out. And it's just really sad to see that, like, I feel like that happened more often back in the 80s and beforehand of, like, oh, shit, like, a lot, there were more, like, if I lived back then, I feel like in an average year, I would really, really like 10 movies in a year.
Right.
Instead of just, like, 2 or 3. And that's why, like, people need to start paying attention to cinematographers like the guy who did Revenant and Birdman and...
Mad Max.
And people just don't pay attention to that shit anymore, and that's why those movies fucking win big every year.
I think the problem is that it's like with those, the things that people don't talk about are the things that are really easy to ignore if you're not paying attention to them. It's like editing is the bass playing of music. You only notice it when it's bad.
Yeah. And that's the thing is,
such a good point.
Hollywood is starting to see the fatigue with all of this shit because Gods of Egypt fucking flopped hard. And they put so much money into that fucking movie. And the reason why no one saw it was because all it fucking was in that trailer
was a PS2 cutscene.
Well, not even that. It's not even, it's not even that like it's white people playing Egyptians. It's not the fact
that's a problem, but
it's not even the fact that Egyptian gods is a topic no one really gives a fuck about.
I like Egyptian
gods,
and it's not even see it.
But it's the fact that all the fucking camera angles are the same. Everything just looks the fucking same, and I'm glad that people are starting to get tired of it, and I hope Hollywood starts to see that and starts to be like, all right, maybe we should change it.
It's like large shot, close up shot, sky shot, Hitler cam.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said,
that's an actual word.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, it's catching up to the music industry, and it's doing the same.
Not in a good way, though.
Yeah, no, of course not in a good way, because the music industry is complete shit, and it's been for a while. Because at the end of the day, all they really see is money and profit and all of that, and they don't really. It's not about the music anymore. It's not about the movies anymore. If you talk to someone that lived when like Star Wars came out or something, they'll talk about movies completely different than someone would now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because movies had emotion. Movies took time. It was still...
And not to disparage like a lot like modern movies that come out today.
No, of course
still are like...
There's still artists like Inarritu, Nolan.
Yeah,
Cuarón.
Of course. Wes Anderson, the list
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, the list goes on, but... It's not what it used to fucking Coca-Cola. It's not what it used to be.
No, it's not. And it's just really upsetting. I just wanted to vent about it because I'm just upset.
It fucking sucks.
Because even Star Wars was shot in a very basic and that's why I don't think J.J. Abrams is like the greatest director.
He uses too much lens flares to think.
Like there's
you can joke about that all you want, but the way Star Trek was shot was more like the first one. That was more Star Wars than this Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just because of the angles and the action and all of the shit that they did. None of that was in this new movie, and I don't know why that changed, but I don't know. I just wanted to rant about it.
Someone brought the money up and was just like, we're going to spend all this money doing that when that doesn't really matter. People want to see stuff blowing up.
People want to see fucking Rathtars that are fucking like, what even are those?
Yeah, no one. The way they look at it is no one looks at angle shots. No one cares about the how good the music sounds or the acoustics or any of that.
That's the thing that bothers me. Like paying attention to music. One of my favorite movies is the original Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, like, watching that movie and listening to the soundtrack being, like, fully orchestrated. Like, what comedy now would do that?
None.
All comedies are, like, they're built to have, like, an album of, like, what are
Party
the hit songs right now? Like, hey, we have a Flo Rida song. That's on the soundtrack. When LMFAO was big, like Sexy and I Know It showed up.
That was in like fucking 10 movies that year.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on how many Black Eyed Peas songs have been fucking something.
Pump it.
Go. We need to wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Talking Shit. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Again, if you don't know what Talking Shit is, it's a weekly podcast where the three of us bring in random topics of discussion and we talk some shit about those topics. If you think that's cool, you want to support us in our dreams, you can head on over to patreon.com/BGG. Just give us $1 every month, and you get every full episode of Talking Shit early and an exclusive episode that we're about to record every month. And if you don't want to support us, that's okay. You can find Talking Shit broken up topic by topic Monday through Thursday over on youtube.com/BetaZonaGamers before the full episode goes up for everybody on Friday on soundcloud.com/BCGSF. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Good. It was a good show.
Yeah.
It was good.
I liked it.
It was all right.
A lot of emotion.
Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And until next time, keep talking shit. Thank you.